Kanye West bought a private jet that has 2 floors, some of the weirdest vehicles I've ever seen, and even an entire stadium. These are stupidly expensive things that Kanye owns. And we all know Kanye likes to show off. He even permanently altered his face just to stunt. But he wasn't implanting diamonds in his forehead like Lil Uzi. Nah, dude's addicted to icing out his teeth. Cause after Kanye got into a near fatal car accident, he had his teeth swapped out for fakes. But he couldn't just leave him default. So he replaced his bottom row of teeth with $60,000 diamond encrusted gold dentures. His next upgrade though is jaw-dropping. Cause what the f are these titanium dentures? Ye really paid $850,000 to look like he put a gum wrapper on his teeth. But his style doesn't just include his smile, cause he was willing to lose millions buying one-of-a-kind kicks. At the 50th Grammy Awards, Kanye paid $1.8 mil for a pair of Nike Air Yeezys, custom designed for his appearance. It was the first time anyone saw Kanye rock the Air Yeezy once, and it was the only time he'd ever wear them again. He wanted to sell them for profit, but then he started talking crazy about Jews, so he was only able to sell them for $150,000, an absolutely ridiculous $1.6 million loss. But losing is nothing new for Kanye. And when he loses, he makes sure everyone comes down with him. Cause this man isn't spending crazy amounts of money on his projects just to not win awards. Like for his Otis music video, Kanye destroyed a $400,000 Maybach to make it look like something out of Mad Max. But Kanye spent $1 million on his music video Touch the Sky. And when he lost the award for best music video, bro did not let that slide.
This video cost $1 million, fam! I'm jumping across canyons and if I don't win, the award show loses credibility.
That's not even his most expensive video though, because he also dropped $1.2 million on the Stronger video, just to recreate the animated movie Akira. But even when Kanye loses, he always makes sure he and his squad are dripped out, especially whoever he's dating at the time, because he's willing to spend a fat check just to have a glam squad follow around his girl 24/7. This includes a stylist, hairdresser, and makeup artist. And having that many people on call apparently racks up to $250K a year. But that was reported when he was dating Kim Kardashian. Now that he's dating Bianca, I wonder if they got a new team for her, because she's either been seen dressing up like a condom or basically just wearing no clothes. So I assume the stylist is different. But when he's not piping down his girl, he's getting his supercars piped up. Which is why this thing that looks like a Batmobile is actually called the Ye-Mobile. This all-black single-seater F1 racer goes 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds, with a top speed of 170 miles per hour, faster than the Dark Knight's actual Batmobile, costing him $220,000. Ye wanted to be a classy superhero though, so he also spent $92,000 on a Porsche Panamera. But why own one Porsche when he could own 2? So he dropped another $110,000 on a Porsche 911 Carrera. And he really proved he could buy anything when he dropped $400,000 on a custom Maybach SUV called Executive Style. After he had kids, sports cars just didn't cut it. And this fully pimped out SUV puts the normal soccer mom car to shame, with red leather seats, TV screens, fully reclining chairs, and a surround sound system. This van has more accessories than the average person's home, and that's not even his main SUV. Kanye's main SUV is the Lamborghini Urus, and it beats that slow van in speed by a long shot, with a top speed of 190 miles per hour, in a 0 to 60 at 3.1 seconds. It's one of the fastest SUVs on the planet, but it comes with a price tag of $233,000. Unfortunately, after adding a cream-colored matte, it also became one of the ugliest cars on the planet. Thankfully, his assistant crashed the car as she backed out. And I'm starting to think his assistant hates Lamborghinis, because she also crashed his $750K Aventador. Someone needs to take her license away. And they should take your license away if you don't subscribe now. But after buying 2 premium sports cars and 2 insane SUVs, Kanye decided that just wasn't enough. So he went balls to the walls and copped a ton of insanely expensive supercars, including this Aston Martin DBS, a Lamborghini Gallardo, his Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, and a customized Bugatti Veyron FBG Par Hermes, which can reach speeds of up to 250 miles per hour. Kanye would be the guy to do a collab between a luxury car brand and a luxury fashion brand, just because he can. But his most expensive supercar will seriously blow your mind. Only one of 75 ever made. This Mercedes-Benz SLR Sterling Moss cost him a cool $3.5 million. Believe it or not, Kanye also owns some military-grade vehicles, because why not? He tossed $1 million down on a fleet of 9 Sherp UTVs, and then casually bought a $500,000 high-speed Ripsaw EV2 tank. And while Kanye is exercising his Second Amendment, he ensures his ex-wife and friends also have the highest quality rides. He bought a $300,000 Bentley truck for Sci-Hi the Prince, and a Maybach GLS for ASAP Bari, right after Bari wrecked his old one.
Ye bought me a new Maybach, yo. I crashed my Maybach 2 days ago.
But his craziest gift has to be the $1.2 million Darts Prom Braun Red Diamond truck for his ex-wife Kim. It's an 8.5 foot tall beast, and yeah, it's also bulletproof. Though he might want to save the bulletproof feature for his own rides. But all the cars together come out to $9 million. And he spent even more millions on something for his daughter North, an entire island in the Caribbean. He bought it for her second birthday and is rumored to turn it into some crazy things. Some say they're going to turn it into a theme park with roller coasters and a water park. Others say they're going to build a mansion and give the place to North for her 18th birthday. This is due to privacy concerns that Kanye and Kim deal with on a daily basis, so having a private island for their kid if she wants more privacy makes sense, especially since child celebrities have a history of issues from being famous their entire life. Kanye plans to use the island himself too, because he also likes to isolate himself. I mean, one of the weirdest things he spent millions on was his own jail cell, because after his mom passed away, he wanted to make sure everything was perfect for the debut of his tribute album Donda. So during the recording, Kanye literally went underneath Mercedes-Benz Stadium to finish the album, spending $14 million over 2 weeks just to live in what looks like a prison cell. Kanye's temporary home made a studio apartment in the hood look like a 5-star resort. But yeah, he doesn't need a resort, because he owns some of the craziest properties across the country, like his first home in LA, a multi-level Hollywood Hills mansion. The balcony overlooks downtown Los Angeles, and the living room is designed to look like a resort. But the bathroom is unreal, with a real aquarium behind the shower head, and even a crystal chandelier over the tub. If there's ever an earthquake, I'd be jumping out that tub faster than a cat. He also combined 2 apartments in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the world, Soho in New York City. He says he really likes to stress the importance of color and its importance to our sanity, but he should drop another bag at an eye doctor, because there's almost no color. And as if 2 homes for himself weren't enough, he bought a $6.2 million plot of land in California. These Star Wars-inspired structures on the property were a part of his design initiative called Yeezy Home, and were supposed to be sustainable housing for homeless people. But he failed to secure building permits, so this grand venture was put on pause. Fortunately, this gave him more time to purchase even more wildly expensive properties, like spending $6.3 million on 2 separate lots within the Madison Golf Club community in California. He bought that in an effort to be close to his family, because he'll have a mansion on the same street as Kim, Kim's mother, and Kim's sister Kylie. This will give him a private neighborhood within a private neighborhood. As you can tell, Kanye is really obsessed with privacy. Kanye and Kim also own a mansion in Bel Air, which they bought for a whopping $9 million. Bel Air is the most sought after location in all of LA County, so they made sure this house was decked out to the max. Every toilet in the house is plated with solid gold, costing $750K. Every fridge is encrusted with $1 million Swarovski crystals. And they literally throw away $3,800 on Louis Vuitton wrapped trash cans. But one of his biggest purchases is the $11 million, 12,000 acre ranch in Wyoming called the Monster Lake Ranch. Although half of the land is leased by the federal government, that didn't stop Kanye from developing the other half to his highest potential. The amenities range from typical country to city style. It has a stable, sheep farm, saloon, and shooting range like most farms. But it also has a skate park, go-kart track, restaurant, full office building, and maintenance shop like in the city. He also bought a second ranch in Wyoming for $14 million, named the Bighorn Mountain Ranch. This property is Kanye's largest at 6,700 acres. This ranch has multiple cabins for guests, and he's even building a 70,000 square foot open air amphitheater. If his goal was to escape the city's paparazzi with these ranches, then building an arena may not have been the best idea, but at least he can alternate between the countryside and his other private properties, like this $14 million vacation condo in Miami. The condo is less like a condo and more like a house stuck in the middle of an apartment building, and it just keeps on going, because easily his most eye-catching buy was a $57.3 million Malibu beach house on the water. It features a massive glass double-door entryway, direct beach access, and a fire pit on top of a rooftop terrace. And I bet you can't guess how many cars the garage can fit. A whopping 2 cars. A $57 million house with a 2-car garage. Recently, he gutted the entire building, and now it actually looks like a parking garage, causing it to lose a massive $18 million in value. But last and certainly not least, we have Kanye's Hidden Hills mansion, by far the most expensive and most beautiful property, at an unbelievable $60 million and 15,000 square feet. The Hidden Hills mansion has some of the craziest and weirdest features out of all of Kanye's cribs. The playroom for the kids alone has a full ball pit, a miniature playground, and a handful of Murakami pillows that sell for about $6 a piece. Kanye also made sure to bring some of his odd art tastes, but at least he made them interactive so the kids could play in these giant octopus-like beanbags. And in typical rich people fashion, there's separate rooms for homework, morning coffee, breakfast, and a restaurant-sized pantry. Following Kanye's strange interest in color, every single room of the mansion is monochrome. The house is just as bland as his past 3 albums. In the bathroom, the shower spans the entire wall, with floor-to-ceiling glass doors. This bathroom also has a seating area, a perfectly square tub, and the weirdest feature yet, sinkless surfaces. That's right, Kanye sinks have faucets with no actual bowls. Instead, the countertop is slightly slanted down towards a coin slot drain. But when you're that rich, I guess basic plumbing is an afterthought. But they didn't forget it entirely with their 2 pools, 2 pool houses, and 2 hot tubs in the house's backyard. And yet, the priciest addition to the house came when Kanye bought 6 Savoir Royal State beds for $175,000 apiece, which came out to an absurd $1.05 million. And if they ever get bored with the main house, no problem. Kanye bought 2 adjacent lots for $2.9 mil and $2.7 mil. And if you add up all the properties, it comes out to an estimated $200 million. Unfortunately, following a sharp decline in Kanye's fame and money, a lot of these houses have been sold or put on hold. Because after Kanye released 2 mid-albums, got divorced, and said he loved he lost some fans and brand deals. Being bipolar is no joke. But what is kind of funny is how much he spends on haircuts. I mean, how many haircuts do you think a bald guy needs per month? Well, if your answer is less than 30, you're wrong. Because he gets a haircut every single day. And it's $500 every time. At this rate, Kanye spent roughly $2.5 million since he started this routine back in 2010. $500 a day on bald haircuts is truly stupidly expensive. He ain't just loyal to his barber though. He proves his loyalty to his friends too, by icing them out. He even bought Jay-Z a $34,000 gold skull. This thing looks straight out of Indiana Jones. But that's the cheapest item out of all the millions he spent on jewelry, cause he treated himself to a one-of-a-kind T-Ray watch too. And you know he's full of himself when he put his face in the center, made out of 8-karat diamonds, which is surrounded by another ring of diamonds. But that watch was just the beginning. Kanye also dropped $300 grand on a 24-karat gold Egyptian Horus chain. And to match the chain, he spent another $300 grand on a dual pyramid ring. This thing looks more like a pair of brass knuckles more than anything. When he married Kim, Kanye wanted a piece of jewelry to represent his timeless love for her, so he bought her a 15-karat diamond engagement ring. The diamond stone in the center is valued at $8 million, but I guess it turned out not to be so timeless. Fortunately for Ye though, he never has to see her, cause he can always dip out from LA on his private jet. But Kanye can't ride in a normal $50 million private jet, so he bought a 660-seater, $400 million private Boeing 747, which he calls the Yeezy Floating Office. And it costs $200,000 per hour just to operate. The main cabin alone has a king-size bed, a walk-in closet, a fully separate bathroom, and an adjacent guest room. It even has an entire office and management team for business meetings. I can't imagine what work actually gets done there, because it also has a fully stocked bar, which I'm sure is where they spend most of their time. The plane also has a dining room with a private chef to cook, and a private lounge with recliners and TV screens. And if he ever wants to work out in flight, a fully loaded gym awaits him on the lower deck. Imagine having a plane so big, you got stairs to the second floor. It's more than just a floating office. It's more like a floating estate.